Hi, this is Savvy Dad, and we have a review here for the Sharp QW-GT43F393I dishwasher. Full-size standard dishwasher, a triple plus rating. We're going to be reviewing it over the next couple of days just to see how we get on with our different size place settings, the ease of loading and unloading. It has suggested 15 place settings, 39 decibels, and also low usage in terms of water. So we'll be testing it out, seeing how practical it is to set up and use, and hopefully helping you to decide whether you like the Sharp dishwasher. So I'll use this as a chance to guide you through some of the settings. Obviously, nice clean display panel. The only tactile button as such is the power button, which sticks out a couple of millimeters from the front. Nothing else can be caught along the front. So simply pressing on, and you can see we've started up with the digital display. This one's obviously come on at the last wash that we've used, which was the Eco Wash. So far we've used the quick 50-degree wash and the Eco 50-degree wash. The quick takes, I think it was around 55 minutes to an hour. The Eco, as you can see, is intended to take around almost 3 hours. We've tended to in the evening use the quick wash. Overnight we've moved on to using the Eco. There's not too much difference in terms of the actual cleaning quality. The only real difference between the two is with the Eco mode, there was a little bit of water residue left in the glasses and cups, almost as if the drying cycle either wasn't long enough or wasn't hot enough. But in terms of the quick programming that we usually use, which I will show you, is this one here. In terms of this express wash, the drying cycle seemed to be long enough, or certainly hot enough, to actually mean that when you opened the dishwasher, everything was ready to put straight away rather than having to leave out to dry. The main, obviously, advantage of using the Eco setting is that it's a lot better in terms of water usage, and also in terms of the energy consumption as well. Okay, just to guide you through the menus then. So to access the menus, you have to press the delay button and the option button together. So we'll just go for that now. Go with me. Gives you a handy countdown to let you know how long to get into the menus. This is your settings menu. Obviously your language first. Exit back to the beginning. Factory settings if you wish to reset and everything. Eco mode, which comes on as default. Brightness level, we've left it set at the default to level 3. Showed up the kind of background icons, so it was a bit garish, and level 1 didn't really show off its snazziness, for want of a better word. Volume, it's pleasant, not over the top at level 2, so no reason to change that. Water hardness comes set as a default level 3 as well. You do have some little strips as well that they'll send you along with the dishwasher. I've got some here, which obviously you can use to test your water hardness as well. But as a general rule of thumb, most houses would probably be able to start on a level 3. Looking through the rest of the settings, by the way, back to English and back to exit. Okay, and OK to exit. Okay, in terms of the rest of the display, you've obviously got the different programs. I'll just go to the beginning. So you've got a pre-wash setting, 15 minutes. You've got quick wash. Got the quick 30, which we did actually try briefly as well. It seemed to do a fairly good job, but it was only on some very lightly used items anyway, some of the things we have for our little one. And like I said, the Eco that we tend to use overnight. Express 50. And the daily 60. The daily 60 we've used once as well. It's probably the best cleaning cycle in terms of making sure everything comes up to a nice shine, everything's dry, etc. afterwards. It just depends if you've got long enough for that one to be used, and if you want to use slightly more power and slightly more water. Pro Wash uses, as far as I'm aware, the two jets inside, so it gives it a bit more oomph. So if you have pans that have stubborn stains on, you might want to consider that one. And then you've got the delicates as well to consider. and then back to the pre-wash. And in terms of other options, if I just press the option button, you can see that you can actually set the half basket options, and you can also, if I go back to the main washers, you can also turn on extra hygiene on or off. So if you had, for example, little ones, and you want to make sure beakers, cups, spoons, those sorts of things really have that extra good clean and dry, it gives you the option. It does add to the length of the wash, but not significantly. On the 50-minute wash that we normally use, it added an extra 15 minutes, taking it to about 100, taking it back to about 1 hour 10. And then also the option for tablet dispenser on or off. What we said about upper basket, lower basket option as well. Extra drying if you wish to. So again, if you're using the eco mode, there is the option of just at the end adding extra drying. How that compares in terms of just using a normal wash, it doesn't. I'm not entirely really sure. And then back to extra hygiene as well. You can see from this view the item obviously fits really flush in terms of the standard dishwasher size. In terms of the actual front, stainless steel, we did notice on the one we've been given here that actually there's a slight incline in the front of the door. I think it's just because actually it's reasonably loose, not in terms of fitting, but in terms of there being no support behind the front door. So obviously if you do have children, or if you have things that are going to be knocking against it, there's a fair chance that the door might be dented, but it seems reasonably strong. Obviously you can see there's just a slight turn on the front here. You've got obviously all the energy ratings on the front, A+++. Obviously it's suggesting here 39 decibels in terms of the sound. We've not needed to put the extra quiet mode on, which it does have. It's been remarkably quiet compared to our old slimline dishwasher that we had, that would clunk and chunk and everything. This one is much better. We have our little one sleeping just one room away actually, and actually it's brilliant. It doesn't wake him up, doesn't disturb him. Okay, well, we're now about to put on the dishwasher for the evening. I've put in a mixture of various different things, including some pans that have been used for things like chili con carne. So there's some things that are pretty much ingrained. Had a bit of a rinse, but otherwise we're now going to put it on to see. In terms of tablets, obviously things can make a difference from different brands. We're using the finished tablets to test this out with, so I'll close this up, turn it on. Okay, Eco's fine, so only every night, but what I will probably do is go for the daily 60 degree, just because there's some extra stubborn things on. Okay, there's no things for our little ones in there, so I'm not going to put the extra hygiene on, and I think we'll leave it like that. So that's literally just the play button, and then put away. Just hold down these two buttons at the side for the child lock to go on. There we go, you can see the child locks activated to that side. Okay, it's the next morning and we're just going to check what's happened. So, you can see this is where the tablets obviously dispense from. On all the previous dishwashers we've had a little lift up cap where we've been able to put the rinse aid in. With this one actually there's just literally a little hole that you pour into, and when it gets to the top, you're ready to go. There is some kind of overflow that will go down the door, but that goes in the first wash. Tablet dispenser closes, and as you can see, it clicks open during the wash, so that's all. 3 individual drawers. The bottom one at first seemed to be too small to fit in most of our plates and things, considering it's a 15 place setting dishwasher. However, on the left and right you can actually raise up. If I pull out the top, you can actually raise up the top tray or lower the top tray to whatever height you want. So you can see we've adjusted it so that we have on the bottom all of our plates, tool things, our round bowls, round saucers, those sorts of things, and we've done it so that we have the taller ones on the left and right. And then at the top see what we've done here is there is a delicate or cutlery tray at the top. It actually comes with an additional part which goes in here, but we've removed this because the one kind of failing that we probably have is the height availability at the top. We obviously have taller glasses. I think lots of the setups we looked at in the manual were to deal with ones either using just wine glasses or using smaller tumblers. For the larger glasses we had to remove this part of the cutlery tray, but there's still more than enough space. In terms of the cleaning of the cutlery, you can see actually lovely and shiny. Again, it could be down to the detergent used. However, in terms of the wash, it seems to be quite good. The only thing that has any residue left on is we use a Xylus onion chopper, and you can to get things caught in here. That has always been the case that if we've put that into the dishwasher, it's gained, or rather held onto some of the residue. Otherwise, all perfectly clean. So that's our review. Overall, we'll have to say that we're really impressed with the dishwasher. The only negative I think we can find was it was a little bit faffy to set up in terms of the settings were locked at first. The only other issue we've had is with the eco mode, the drying cycle doesn't seem to be suitable enough to get rid of all of the moisture at the end of the washes. Otherwise, very impressed, and we would definitely recommend it to anybody wanting to buy it.